Hey everybody, it's Chainsaw Reacts back once again. Another reaction for you guys. Take us, of course, to the journey of Transformers Prime. This is Season 2, Episode 7, titled Crossfire. Now, I'm curious to see what's going to happen in this episode because we ended last week's episode on a note that surprised me because we had the return of Wheeljack, who, when he was first introduced, it wasn't actually Wheeljack, but we saw who, like the actual Wheeljack at the end, it was all a trick and all a ploy. But Wheeljack is actually sticking around, apparently. Supposedly, he's sticking around. I wonder if this is like, okay, he's going to be on the show for a while, or he's going to be on the team for a couple episodes or something, and then he leaves, because there's a lot of questions. Like, he was even questioning, like, do I want to be around here because, look what happened to my, my buddy, oh my god, Bulkhead. I was forgetting the name for a second. Sorry, it's been a day. Like, how he used to be a wrecker, and now he's falling Optimus. Like, I don't know if I want to do that, but he's sticking around. And also, I think his name was Dreadwing or something, voiced by Tony Todd, rest in peace. He's sticking around too, in a sense, for the Decepticons. So there's a lot of stuff happening here in that last episode in terms of things. So they're setting up to make me think, okay, is Wheeljack actually going to stick around, or is this just a ploy, and then he's actually going to leave later, or he's going to be leaving soon after? Like, I'm just curious how long this is actually going to last, because we've already had a core set of characters for the Autobots. So are we really going to be adding a new one who's going to be popping in like all the time now, or what is the point here? Like, I don't know. I guess we'll find out, but I'm curious how they're going to handle this. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed the journey so far. It's been pretty fun. So I'm decided to dive in to see what happens here in this episode. Let's go.
Pleases you, Lord Megatron.
Arachnid.
One sound wave discovers a means of decoding the remainder of the Iacon database. I believe that my superior tracking skills would expedite your quest to recover the remaining relics.
Noted. Remind me of her trustworthiness.
I believe we must consider the possibility of a future without Megatron.
I wish to entrust you with a task I would normally reserve for myself. She will be missed. And I suggest you bring backup.
Am I the only one here who considers this to be overkill on Lord Megatron's part?
Well,
I mean,
Megatron knows me and Dreadwing here will get the job done.
I know we've never seen eye to eye, but that doesn't mean we can't patch things up.
yeah, there's no way. Yeah, you're not going to win this, dude. Arachnid knew that this was a setup, obviously. Careful. Oh, yep.
Don't be a fool. Release me.
It's a trap, dude. Oh. Oh, shit. Oh, my God.
And a familiar face.
Holy shit.
How is it that I have been reduced?
Oh, shit. Welcome back. It's been a bit. What the fuck was that?
An Insecticon on Earth. You dare turn your back on a superior life form?
Oh shit, oh shit. Dude, you're screwed. Hey, but I want to get away from it, yeah.
Kill the Energon.
Approach me.
Oh shit.
Obey me.
This took a turn.
You reject a commander, but grovel at the feet of that wretch.
Starscream, you might even say we are of one mind.
Interesting.
Why are you here? Was it to run in with the Autobots? Or did Megatron invite you on one of his field trips?
But you should see his lackey.
Shit, murdered
No,
him.
Arachnid. We would simply need to lure Megatron here.
Simply?
Away from his
Okay,
support
simply.
If
systems.
ruling Decepticons or spending any length of time with you were of the slightest interest to me, I would need to ensure my assassin is up to the task. Perhaps a test run is in order.
What?
Eviscerate him.
Yes, I will. I would love to. We're almost 9 minutes in, and we're now getting to the Autobots. There's a lot of moving pieces in the episode, a lot of things. Like, almost right away, Arachnid is being double-crossed by Megatron by sending, it was Breakdown and Dreadwing. that she figured out right away, and then all of a sudden here's Starscream. Like, there's a lot of stuff happening in this episode. Like, holy shit, this episode's packed. And like I said, we're just now getting to the Autobots a little close to 9 minutes in. Crazy.
Starscream.
Again.
I have obtained information of extreme interest to you.
Well, at least you ain't dead.
Make it fast.
Yeah, second time this happened.
Myself, Arachnid has gone rogue. I directed you to the location of the Decepticon space bridge so you could
Yeah,
rescue
you did,
Orion
but...
Pax, didn't I? I admit, aligning myself with those vile humans was a colossal error in judgment. I
Have you paid the price? Yeah, he actually is, yeah.
Arachnid and her Insecticon intend to...
An Insecticon?
That changes everything.
Heard from Breakdown lately?
I guess she calls in like that.
Megatron, truly. And since Soundwave is no doubt tracing this signal, you know where to find me.
I'll be back.
Yeah, you failed your task, man. But still, I don't know, he's falling for it.
Starscream's intel has proved credible in the past.
Sure,
But
when he
not
had a
trustworthy.
baby stabbing us in the back.
Yes.
Without the resources we possessed on Cybertron, I do not condone the termination of any defenseless life form.
This is true. That's why they couldn't do it. Because, you know, like, I'll just leave him there, but no. Oh! He's not gonna bow. Oh, shit. Dude, this is crazy. Oh my god. Okay, here we go. Dude, he might be screwed, but he's not. He's gonna be fine. He's Megatron. The noise it makes, or whatever. Got some crazy shit. It's happening down there. Go see it. Ooh. Dude, he's losing. He is losing this. Oh, the slow-mo. And you see the bike up there? Yeah, oh my god, this is crazy. Bro, let's do it. Let's do it. Oh my god. Yep. Hello.
So many surprises today.
Yes. Oh, I like that shot. That was really cool. And she's gone, of course. Oh, she's going after her. Damn! Oh, shit. Wow. I mean, I saw that coming, I mean, eventually, but wow.
To anyone who dares cross the gladiator of chaos.
3 against 1. It's not fair. Oh, shit. Really?
So tell me, Optimus, do you intend to take me alive?
Shit, really? Yeah, because Optimus might have ended it there. I don't know. Fuck. Ooh! Okay, in the forest now.
But it is the day I remove yours.
Payback is sweet.
Shit. I wasn't expecting her to... or him to save her. In this here and now, this is done, but he won't.
Dreadwing, do I have your word?
Really? Really? Really?
Dreadwing may have given you his word.
Holy shit. Oh. No. Oh, shit.
Try them.
Guys gotta get out of there. Come on. Oh, well, they're taking everybody out. Never mind.
You once allowed me to live.
So my warrior was merely a scout.
Oh my god. That was an insane reveal. I don't know how many Insecticons that was, but that is fucking crazy. Holy shit. As we saw how dangerous one is on Cybertron, and just now fighting Megatron. We saw how dangerous they are, and how fast, and how agile, and how dangerous. Like, all of that. It's bad. That was just one. So a lot of moving pieces in this episode. This might be one of the biggest episodes in terms of Transformers Prime. In terms of story, character, kind of like, I won't say development, more so like character, like kind of, narratives being pushed. Because a few major things happen. One, Arachne's no longer with Decepticons. Two, she kills Breakdown. Mech, the group that's ran by, what's his name, Silas or whatever, Clancy Brown voices him, they obviously take Breakdown. They take his remains. So my indication theory is that Breakdown's going to be brought back to life or something. Like something's going to happen. But Mech, that human team, they took Breakdown. Third thing, there's an Insecticon on Earth that, from what we're understanding, based on the response everybody was giving, like in surprise and shock, Insecticons, it seems like they're only supposed to be on Cybertron. They're not supposed to be on Earth. So how'd they get here? Maybe we'll learn at a later time. Maybe it doesn't really matter, but they're here. They're all hibernating or something or whatever. Megatron almost dies. Gets close, but he's been badly injured. And then, of course, the only reason why he's alive now is because he's saved by Dreadwing and a group of Decepticons that show up. And then, of course, all hell breaks loose. But then Arachne, of course, now has her own army. A lot of moving pieces in this episode. And I pointed out, almost 9 minutes in, we finally get to seeing Autobots in the episode. Because the first part of the episode was just dedicated to Decepticon stuff. Arachne figured out right away that something was up with Dreadwing and Breakdown being here. So she was right. 100%. I think this episode just really delivered on what I think the capability of the show is. Obviously, not every single episode is going to be on this level in terms of storytelling, because a lot of moving pieces happen. You can't constantly have so many big episodes like this, because then it doesn't feel special when you get something like this. Because this episode, to me, I think really stands out in a big way for a lot of things, like I just mentioned, of why this episode really worked and just really stuck the landing. I also noticed too, which I think also benefited this episode, is there was no human characters besides the mech team for like a couple seconds, showing they found Breakdown's remains, which he was slaughtered by Arachnid, and they took it. Other than that, there was no Jack, Rav, Miko, none of that. None of that. And honestly, I've been saying this kind of on and off depending on the situation. I've grown to like the human characters. I understand their importance in the narrative, especially when it comes to certain storylines. I understand the significance of having them. I understand. But this episode to me proved we don't need the kids. We don't need them. I understand why they're here. I get it. I'm just stating, when you look at this episode, there's no mention of kids. There's no mention of anything like that. And this episode freaking crushed it. Now I understand. The reason why this episode crushed it is because of all the things that have been building up to this episode, story-wise, to get to the point where we have all of these moving pieces moving the direction they are, in terms of Arachne getting her own army and everything, and that's all been set up because of the first introduction, of course, a while back. I understand, story-wise, how it all got to this point for all these things to occur in this episode that really hit. But there was no kids in this episode, and so it kind of shows, hey, we probably don't need them. Maybe not. And maybe they're kind of showing, because we've had episodes before where they've not showed up at all, or if they have, it's very brief and very, small. But no, there was nothing of them in this episode, which I think benefited it. Because then if you bring in the Autobots just to show the kids and there's some sort of issue or whatever, it's going to cause more problems and take away from the story. Because I really feel like this really stuck the landing because we didn't have the kids to kind of break away the narrative. Because if they were in this episode, you would have had to remove something. And that pretty extended fight of the Insecticon versus Megatron was killer. That was great. They're learning more and more how to do action scenes better. And I really do appreciate that, because you would think over time with a show with this much action in it, there's some episodes that are not as action-packed as others. So I'm just double-checking, making sure my frame rate is good on this, because I've been having some camera issues. Sorry, so I got distracted there. But you would think over time with the show being action-packed as it is, like I was mentioning before I got distracted, that there's been some episodes not as action-heavy, but there's been a lot of action scenes individually and big all fights. At a certain point, you think they would lose steam or lose track, or kind of like not really care as much about some of the action scenes. That fight between Insecticon and Megatron was great. It was really good. And I think the fight between RC and Arachnid have been good. Like, they've fought several times now, and they've found ways to keep it interesting. Because at a point, you've already seen how RC fights. You've seen how Arachnid fights. So, you would think at a certain point, it's going to become kind of, it's okay. They're still good. It's still kicking ass. And Arachnid versus Dreadwing and Breakdown, that was good too. There's a lot of good moments in that as well. So I really do appreciate the fact that the action scenes are still crushing it. So overall, this was really good. Like, I can't, honestly, I don't have any real complaints necessarily in this episode. I think there's a lot of things to look forward to. Did notice that there was no Wheeljack. This new guy who's apparently on the team, no Wheeljack in this episode. I don't think he was even mentioned in this episode, but he had everybody else. But Wheeljack, for some reason, miraculously, he's not around. I wonder what that means. But anyways, I really enjoyed the episode. Can't wait to see what happens next. I'm really excited. I'm curious because this show just continues to crush it. You know, it really does. There are some moments, hey, it could be better, but Transformers Prime has been surprising. And this episode really proves once again how great this show can be. You know, how fun the show can be. And I've been enjoying Season 2. I feel like Season 2 hasn't really been kind of sticking the landing, especially towards the back half of like Season 1. There's a lot of really crazy moments in there. But this episode, I think, solidified, yeah, Season 2 it's still good. It's still kicking ass. It's still taking names. People have been saying, though, hey, Season 2 and Season 3 are actually better than Season 1. I'm like, we'll see what happens. If this is an indication that we're going to start seeing some major shit occur in episodes based on this episode, sign me up. I'm ready for it because this was, like I said, really good. So, overall, had a great time with this episode. I'm curious to know what you guys thought of this episode. What do you think was the most significant part of the episode? I think it's Arachne getting her army. I think that's the most significant part because from now, I don't know where we go with her character. Like, I don't even know what happens next because clearly she's going to be planning and everything because it's not about taking back the Decepticons. She has her army now. She doesn't need Decepticons because, let's be frank, the Insecticons that she has now inherited, and now as the mother, I guess, the leader, whatever word you want to use, they're more dangerous than Decepticon soldiers or whatever. Like, those guys are kind of useless. Because we saw what happened when it was Bulkhead, Ratchet, and Bulkhead, Bumblebee, and Optimus. When they're just shooting all around them, when they're surrounded by all those Decepticons, they all felt like they were nothing. Because they're terrible. They're all just standing still. And they're killing every single one of them, taking them out. And they're all firing in the same direction. They're just standing and nothing's happening. They're terrible shots. They're stormtroopers. I think that's kind of the point. The Decepticon army that are all the same kind of purple figures or whatever, like the same, characters, just duplicated. They're stormtroopers. Like, they don't really have, they don't make an impact, really. A lot of them are just really there just for fodder, just to get taken out. I don't know how many there are of them, but there's so many, but they keep dying and keep getting destroyed. So I think that's the joke. I think that's the point. But anyways, guys, hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Can't wait to jump in to see what happens next in Transformers Prime because this show is doing a great job. So can't wait to continue. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Talk to you guys soon. Peace out.